A woman named Christine wakes up beside a man she does not recognize. When she goes to the bathroom, she finds pictures of herself together with the man who appears to be her husband. Ben explains that she had a terrible car accident that caused her to suffer short-term memory loss. Every time she goes to sleep and wakes up the next day, she forgets everything. Every morning, Ben shows her their photo album to remind her of everything, from their marriage to their vacations together. Ben later leaves for work, leaving Christine alone in the house. Moments later, a neurologist named Dr. Nash calls her and reveals that she has been in treatment with him for quite some time. He then tells her to look for the video camera hidden in her closet. Her husband does not know about this, and the doctor tells Christine to call him back after watching the videos in the camera. Christine watches the videos of herself putting into record the things she has learned so far over the last 2 weeks. She later meets with Dr. Nash, who has been helping her deal with her condition without her husband's knowledge. The neurologist says that it started 10 years ago when she was attacked near a hotel and left for dead. Christine is confused because her husband told her that she got it from a car accident. She is wondering why would her husband lie about this, and the doctor says that it might have been easier for Ben to explain that way. Dr. Nash brings her to the place where she was found after the attack, hoping that she'll remember something. A man brings them to the exact place he found her and says that he remembered her to be bloodied, naked, and is only covered by a plastic sheet from the hotel. Christine wonders why would she be staying in that hotel, and Dr. Nash says that she might be having an affair at that time because her test results indicated that she did it with someone just before the attack. That evening, Christine secretly records the things she learned that day on the camera. While sleeping, she has a short flashback of memories to the time when she was attacked by an unknown man in the hotel. The following day, the neurologist shows Christine random pictures until one particular photo gets her attention. It is of a red-haired lady named Claire. She asks her husband about her, and Ben tells her that Claire was her best friend, but she left because she got depressed over her condition. The husband also shows her picture of Claire and says that he kept it from her because he does not want her to get hurt. The following day, Christine starts to remember having a son. She gets upset and asks Ben why he kept it from her. Her husband tells her that their son, Adam, passed away from meningitis when he was 8. He kept these painful facts from her to shield her from reliving the agony. Feeling sad, she keeps recording these painful revelations while in tears. At night, Christine continues to struggle with her memories of her son, leading to a strange dream where her son Adam leaves her a drawing of a man with a scar on his face whose name is Mike. The next morning, Christine confides in Dr. Nash that Mike might be the man she had an affair with, and that he might also be her attacker. As Nash tries to comfort her with a hug, he nearly kisses her, but she flinches. Christine sees his hospital ID, which shows that his full name is Mike Nash. She then has a vision where Nash is attacking her in the hotel. Frightened, Christine pulls away and flees, but Nash catches up and gives her a sedative. Christine wakes up in her house, and moments later, Dr. Nash calls her. He explains that her vision must have been just an imagination that fills in the gaps in her memory, leading her to think that he was her attacker. The following day, Christine meets Nash again, but the doctor says he can't continue treating her because he is starting to develop feelings for her, and it would be very unethical. Before leaving, Nash tells her that 10 years ago, her husband took her to an assisted care facility, and 6 years after that, he filed a divorce and left her. Dr. Nash also reveals that her best friend Claire has been looking for her at the facility, and he hands Christine her phone number. She later confronts her husband about what she learned, and asks why did he divorce her. Ben confesses that he got very depressed when they lost their son. That is why he divorced her and left her in the facility. But later in time, he changed his mind and came back to her, promising to never leave her again. Christine felt bad for what he had gone through, so she consoles him. Later that day, Christine reached out to her best friend Claire, and as she hears her voice, fragments of her past memories with her best friend begin to resurface. They later meet at a park, and Claire reveals why they have drifted from each other. She confesses that she had a one-time affair with her husband at the time when they were both grieving on Christine's condition. To avoid ruining their marriage, Claire decided to stay away from their lives. She apologizes and gives Christine a letter which was written by Ben before he left her. He asked Claire to give the letter to his wife once she gets well enough to read it. Ben tells in the letter how much she loves Christine, but he had to take her to a care facility because of her condition. He explains that their son Adam has struggled with her situation, and for his sake, they needed to leave her. Ben was hoping that she would understand his decision. Christine starts to realize the struggles that Ben had to go through because of her condition. Grateful for his love and support, Christine records the new video, saying how much she loves him and that she wants to spend the rest of her life with him. That evening, she decided to show Ben the videos she recorded on the camera and confesses that she has been seeing a neurologist for quite some time. She also explains that she didn't trust him before, but she feels differently now. However, her husband thinks that she is having an affair with the doctor, so he hits her and leaves. Christine tells Claire about it, and her friend is confused because she knows that Ben would never hurt a woman. Claire says she will call Ben and talk to him. Moments later, she calls her back and says that Ben claimed that he hasn't seen Christine for 4 years. Claire then asks Christine if the Ben she is living with has a scar on his right cheek. She checks the pictures to confirm, and he never had a single scar on his face. She also learns that their wedding photos were also faked. That's when Christine realizes that the man she is living with is not her husband. She tries to leave the house, but the man catches her and put her to sleep. The next day, Christine wakes up with no memories again. She finds the camera and sees the video of her saying how much she loves her husband and wants to spend the rest of her life with him. The man calls her and tells her to pack up because they will be going on a vacation. He takes her to the hotel where she was attacked 10 years ago. Inside the room, she finally gets to remember what happened that night. The man she was living with was the one who attacked her. The man then reveals that he is Mike, the one she was having an affair with. That's when Christine remembers that Mike wanted her to tell Ben about their relationship, and when she refused to, they got into an argument which led up to Mike brutally assaulting her. Mike tells Christine how much he loves her, and while deleting the videos on her camera, he says that he no longer wants to pretend to be Ben. He threatens that if they won't live together, then no one shall live. He tries to get intimate with her, and when she refused, he hits Christine and assaults her again. But this time, she manages to fight back and run away. She triggers the fire alarm of the hotel and runs out of the building. She is later inside an ambulance while recording what had happened that night. The next day, Christine wakes up in the hospital and she is visited by Dr. Nash. He tells her that Mike was arrested last night and could no longer hurt her. He also says that she will be having visitors and he hopes that they will be able to help her finally recover. The real Ben comes over and with him is their son, Adam, who is well and alive. Now that she sees her son, Christine's memory finally returns, and everything starts to come to light. 10 years ago, her husband brought her to the facility after her assault and they visit her every day. Throughout this time, her best friend Claire helps comfort her family. However, she got too close to Ben, which led to her having a one-time affair with him. She felt guilty for what she did, so Claire decided to stay away from their lives for good. However, for many years, Christine's condition never got better. It took a toll on their son's life as he grew very depressed, which is why Ben has decided that they leave her. Now alone in the facility, Mike used the opportunity to take Christine and pretend to be her husband. He forged Ben's signature so he could take her out of the facility and bring her home. For 4 years, Mike tricked her into believing that he is her husband. However, she later meets Dr. Nash, who helped her regain some of her memories until she finally is able to remember her real assailant and gets to reunite with her son whom she thought was already dead. Did you like our movie recap? Please don't forget to like and subscribe to our channel. To be updated for new movie recaps, hit the notification bell.